mile. They have the highway here down the one lane, and you can see up on the left here, they're putting an overpass right at Corpus Christi Street. I don't think we need one yet, but maybe they're planning for the future. Right there on the right is my home away from home, certified auto. I've slept way too many nights in that parking lot lately. It is overcast today. 69 degrees already at 9 a.m. I think the overnight low was 64 degrees and really wet and misty. Slept in the front seat of the truck. There's one of those Aransas County markers on the left. That's not the one that I sunk in the mud at. That's the one up on 188. Speed limit right here is 75 miles an hour. And we're going 74 because we're conserving gas. Something just pulled out. What is that, a trash truck? Keep an eye on them. Slept in the front with the windows open last night till around 5 a.m. and then I shut them. Things were really starting to get damp. Yeah, it's a little trash truck. Isn't that adorable? We're going to go see some sights in Corpus Christi. We're going to take this ride up to North Beach over Nueces Bay and check out the lighthouse that they've been building there. See what's going on in North Beach and check out the new bridge construction. And then I think from there we'll go to Up River Road and drive the portion of that that's on the east side, east or north side of I-37. I-37 runs from Corpus Christi and will take us up to San Antonio. If we were going to San Antonio from right here, we would get off at this exit, 188 up to Sinton, and the back roads would bring you up to about mile marker 32, I believe, on I-37, which is almost in Mathis, where what is it, Lake Corpus Christi State Park is. Nice little back road jaunt, if you will. So we're crossing 188, and there's more construction once we get up here to Aransas Pass. If you haven't been through this area in 5 years or more, you're not even going to recognize Portland, Texas. So many changes in Portland. They added that plastics refinery, which is huge. Added, I don't know, 10 or 12 big hotels and various factories, and it's really changed the whole place. They have every fast food place you can think of now, and not every, but all. Chain stores. All you Chick-fil-A fans, there's a Chick-fil-A in Portland. I'm not a Chick-fil-A fan. I don't get it. Okay, there's a boat and I can't change lanes here. unfortunately. You ready for the dad joke?
My friend David lost his ID. Now I call him Dad.
That is horrible. That's a visual. You almost need that one written down. I did get a joke from my friend Mary. Good morning, Mary. Mary said 99% of bald men own a comb. They just can't part with it. There you go. There you go, Mary. Thank you. That one hit home, Mary. More construction. I think it's 60 through here. We're going 54 miles an hour. I remember the first time I came to Texas. Texas is definitely an iconic place. I lived in Philadelphia. I didn't really travel much anywhere until I was, I don't know, almost 30. I traveled all through New England, New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland. And that was about it. Then we started taking road trips, Virginia and Florida and West Virginia, all places within driving distance. And when I started seriously getting into martial arts, I got to travel a little bit and went to California and Kentucky and Florida again a bunch of times, and places like that for different events. But the first time I went to Texas, a buddy hooked me up. A buddy was helping his boss move, and he said, "Hey, do you know anyone that can help move that can drive a truck?" And he said, "Yeah, my buddy Dennis." And that was me. My name's Dennis. So they paid to fly me from Philadelphia to Houston, and we loaded up 2 good-sized box trucks, like extended box trucks. And my buddy, I was going to drive one truck, my buddy was going to drive the other one. He never drove a stick. Never learned to drive a stick in his life. And so that didn't go over too big. But I had no trouble driving from Houston to Rockport. And then once we got down to, like I remember up there, like, we worked and we weren't leaving until the next day. And Friday night, going to a Walmart in Houston, Texas, and apparently that was the place to hang out. And I saw a bunch of beautiful women. I would also like to say the place where I've seen the most beautiful women in one spot, I believe it's called the Galleria in Dallas, a big mall. It was like, it must have been fashion model day, because everyone there was absolutely stunning. That was water. So we and I forget if it was, yeah, it was the one in Dallas that had the ice hockey rink in the mall, which was nice. And that was the last time I skated. That was quite a long time ago. That was probably in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. And we drove down to Rockport, and when we were loading these 2 trucks, the people whose stuff it was we're saying that goes in this truck, that goes in this truck, that goes in this truck. Oh, cool. So we make it down to Rockport. We park. We're loading up their new place, and they didn't sort it by what was going into the new place, what was going into another house, and what was going into storage. It was the most insane organization, or lack of organization, that I've ever seen in my life. We literally had to empty both trucks to get the things going in the house first, and then load them back up. Again, this goes here, this goes here. Okay, we got it this time. We'll be set. No, we had to take both trucks to the next house, unload, and then take both trucks to the storage units. It was really bizarre. Yeah, it was like an extra 2 days just unloading. But that was my first trip to Texas, and got to look around Rockport. The people who flew me down had a boat, and we could just take the boat. They were like, yeah, take the boat. My buddy knew about boats. He didn't know about driving a stick, but he knew about boats. So that was my first trip to Texas. And then his wife, she was going back to the Houston house, and she drove me to the Houston airport. I think I was down here like 9 or 10 days, and it was really a beautiful area. It still is a beautiful area, and I fell in love with it. Thought it was just amazing. So I came down here. My buddy wound up living down here, and I'd come down every 3 months, every 6 months to visit him and his wife and kids. And wound up moving here in 2001, right after 9/11. I was up in Philadelphia, and I was like, life is short. Why am I here? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, one of those moments. And I'm glad I came to Texas. I was down here about 1.5 years. Couldn't find steady work. My buddy up in Philadelphia owned a gym, like a strongman's gym, and I went up and worked there, I think from 2002 to 2007. And then I've been down in this area permanently since 2007. I've been living in my truck since 2019. February 1st was 5 years of living in my truck. And we are just coming into Gregory, Texas. Gregory has changed quite a bit. Everything around here has changed quite a bit. It's brought a lot of jobs to the area. If you're able-bodied and want to work a job with pretty good pay and benefits, this area can do it for you. These ramps, where these underpasses were about to go under, they're new within the last few years. They will take you up to Taft, Texas. You used to have to get off and hit a few lights and stop signs in Gregory. Now kind of bypasses that. And this area has been all ripped up for 6 years. It seems like they finished one project and start another, but I can't tell you the last time I drove through here and there wasn't just cones and pilings everywhere. So I think we'll take this another few minutes down to Nueces Bay as we head to North Beach. Here's the Buddy Ganem Drive exit. That's the exit you would get off going to the movie theater. And I haven't been to the movies in a very long time. I don't think I've been to the movies since pre-pandemic. It got to be my knees were so bad it wasn't fun to go places, you know, because people would always invite me to places, things that I do, but I'm like, okay, I got to get there early, I got to get a handicap spot, I got to be by the door, I need to walk in and sit down, or else I'm going to be in a whole lot of pain. And you know, not all my friends want to eat lunch at 10:30 in the morning. You know, they have normal lives. So there's an exit right here that's been closed, and this exit right here remained open. They're just always changing something through here. I'll only drive through here now during the day where I can see the changes. I have macular degeneration, which means I don't see well at night. You know, I was thinking about when I was young, they're putting in this little overpass up here as well on our right. That's all new. When I was young, I don't know how old I was, 10 or 12, up in Maine with my stepbrother Bobby, who was a year or two older than I was. We were out in the woods behind the house, and I'm talking about woods, forest, like from our backyard to Canada was woods, you know, and that's up in Ellsworth, Maine. Shout out to Ellsworth. And we had made a bonfire out in the woods and hung out there for a while and let the fire burn out and put it out and shoveled it and made sure. My stepbrother Bobby's a real nature guy, so even when he was young, stuff like that we always were careful with. And once the fire went out, I couldn't see anything. I couldn't make out anything. It was like I was wearing a blindfold. And my stepbrother's like, come on this way. And I'm like what way? I can't see. I literally had to hold on to my stepbrother's arm just to get out of the woods. Like, I couldn't see a tree, a shadow, moonshine, nothing. Amber alert, Houston, Texas, it says. So that's really the first time that I knew something was different about my eyes. And I found out much later in life that I had macular degeneration. And apparently my mom had it, but like when I read about it, it was like 97% of the cases are women. I'd have to check that number now. It's been 30 years, but some nights I'll go to drive and everything's fine. Some nights I'll go to drive and it's like everything's in a dark veil, and I'll know not to. I don't care how short of a ride it is. I'm just not driving that night. How do you like the view of this truck in front of us? Pretty good? Well, we're heading out over the bay, but I don't think you're going to be able to see anything. It's really foggy and misty, And I think I've rambled long enough on this one, guys. We're coming up on Indian Point Park. Just to give you a reference, we're going to go over the bay. Thanks for riding along today, guys. Sorry this went so long. Thanks for watching.